Ja, da sind wir wieder. Wir treten jetzt mal der Konferenz bei. Lass uns mal überraschen, was uns hier erklärt wird. Training beginnt in Kürze. Let's go.
There are many stories in this world. Some are read widely all over the world. Some are hidden in dust and known only by a handful of people. Today I'm going to tell you a story no one else has heard before. A real story of mystery and wonder and adventure. And then you too will become the guardian of this story. The story takes place in a world of long ago. The hero of our story is a little boy. His name is Daniel.
Das fängt ja hier sehr entspannt und schön an, Mensch.
One day, out of nowhere, Daniel got a serious case of chickenpox. It made him look like a strawberry. To make sure he didn't spread it to others, Mrs. Page, the principal, had him isolate in an attic. And so, in the attic he lived, all on his own.
Mr. Daniel, while up here in this attic, you'll have plenty of time to practice your penny.
Erinnert mich irgendwie ein bisschen an so ein Kinderheim.
I hope you practice well and prepare for next month's art festival.
But Mrs. Page, the melody is so difficult.
Don't give up, boy. You don't give up before you fight.
Das sage ich auch mal bei jedem Bosskampf.
Daniel was reluctant at first, but he trusted Mrs. Page, and he knew he should listen. And so he practiced the penny whistle.
Ach Gott, was, jo. Oh Gott, oh Gott, oh Gott. Ah. Lässt. Wunderschön, wunderschön. Yeah. Chaka, chaka, yeah. Okay, ich bin leise. Ich versau nur die Melodie. Bin ich gut? Oder bin ich gut? Oh Gott. Ey, hab ich alles geschafft? Cool.
Suddenly, he heard some strange noises in the corner of the attic.
Huh? Who's there?
Daniel decided to go over and take a look.
Ja. Oh. Ich kann laufen. Was ist denn da los? Ja, Mensch. Die Frage ist, ich glaube, es lohnt sich nicht, jetzt die Webcam anzumachen, wa? Also es gibt halt nun mal jetzt auch einige Folgen, in denen ich die Webcam vielleicht auch mal komplett auslasse, weil das einfach dann nicht ganz passt so. Weil es ändert halt immer wieder zum Buch. Krass, dass wir in einem eigenen Buch laufen können.
Daniel carefully removed it. It was marvelous and beautiful. The only problem was part of its wing was damaged. But Daniel found a way to repair it.
Was muss ich denn jetzt machen? Gegenstände auswählen, um Papier dran zu... Hilfe, oder basteln. Ich kann das doch nicht. Hilfe. Was ist denn hier kaputt? Ich kann... Was willst du von mir? Gegenstände auswählen. Ja. Wohin damit? Ja, was muss ich da machen? Hallo? Spiel, du musst mir jetzt irgendwie erklären, was soll ich denn tun? Was ist jetzt denn deine Aufgabe? Also meine Aufgabe, was auch immer. Wo soll das denn hin? Was ist das überhaupt? Hä? Was?
Daniel held the repaired
Kein
paper
Plan, was ich gemacht
dragon
habe.
high up in the air, imagining that it soared over all the world below. He played and played with the paper dragon.
Wee! Woo! Dragon! Soar!
In the warm afternoon sun, Daniel had to fight his eyelids just to keep them open.
Could it be? Or is this all just a dream?
The next day, with boredom and loneliness weighing him down, he began to fiddle with the old radio.
Ja, und was?
Our town is located in the plains, where earthquakes are not particularly common. Although there are 17 fault zones around us, they are all inactive.
A scrunched up ball of paper rolled over to his feet.
Wir sind übrigens immer noch in SCP Secret Files, nicht, dass er denkt, ihr habt euch jetzt irgendwie im Let's Play geirrt oder so.
Just as Daniel went to pick it up, the ball suddenly came to life, and it rolled away. Daniel chased after it.
Voll cool, dass ich hier mit interagieren kann. Ah, es kann wieder laufen. Das ist voll cool, hier so in der Geschichte zu sein. Das meine ich ja, das Spiel hat so viele... Hey, hallo. Da ist eine Ameise drunter. Ich weiß sie. Hey, das kommst du her? Also, ich glaub's ja wohl. Nee, Freundchen. Jetzt ist genug hier. Auf zu spielen. Genug Spaß gehabt.
Just as he was about to seize the rolling paper ball, suddenly, terrible sparks erupted from it. Before his very eyes, the paper ball began to grow, bigger and bigger. At that moment, a red figure suddenly appeared. The red figure quickly subdued the paper ball and threw it into a cardboard box. Daniel studied the red figure carefully. It had a sticker on its fluttering wing. It was the paper dragon.
I wasn't dreaming. Thank you for saving me.
Daniel was grateful and very happy. He walked closer to the paper dragon, but the paper dragon seemed timid and afraid and backed away. Just then, Daniel had an idea. He took out his penny whistle and slowly played a tune.
Warte, jetzt muss ich wieder meine Action machen hier, wa? Ja. Komm, let's go. Alle Knöpfe bereit? Ich finde das voll süß.
The paper dragon enjoyed the sound very much. It began to move along with the rhythm, flipping up and down in the air. Soon the two were playing and dancing, just like old friends. The paper dragon traced out a beautiful arc in the air, communicating with Daniel in a unique way.
My cherished friend, after many long years, we finally meet again. Tell me, how has your family been? A great thank you for playing that music for me. You know how I love the beautiful rhythm of that instrument. But we ought to take precautions, as the room is not stable. Do you still remember how the room works? You're welcome to visit anytime.
The piece of paper then changed back into the shape of a paper dragon and flew into the cardboard box. The box closed shut, and a calm silence was restored to the attic. Daniel rushed to find a watercolor pen and marked the box with excitement in his fingertips. Over the next few days, the paper dragon came out often to play with Daniel. During this time, Daniel introduced many of his friends to the paper dragon.
That cat's name is Mrs. Carter. Ever since I secretly fed her some fish for dinner, we've been good friends. That's Duke, Mrs. Jessica's pet. He doesn't like Rainy Day or Mrs. Carter. Only smoked sausages for his taste. And now, we are friends too. My name is Daniel. What's your name?
The paper dragon flapped its wings, as if it didn't understand him.
Well, since you like the sound of the penny whistle so much, why don't I just call you Penny? I'll keep practicing to make it sound better.
Daniel and Penny then played baseball together in the attic.
Let's play cat.
Oh. Alter, pass auf jetzt. Komm, jetzt gibt's den Mega-Punch des Jahrhunderts. Und BÄM! Das ist so süß. Alter, bin ich hier immer noch im Horrorspiel? Wo bin ich hier? Komm mal nach oben. Bam, yeah. Das ist voll süß, Alter. Na. Und er wirft und er schießt und er trifft. Schießt vor allen Dingen.
But just as they were in the middle of enjoying themselves, a violent shaking suddenly rose from the ground.
Oh.
The stubborn earthquake is back at it, folks, and it seems even stronger than last time.
At this moment, the box suddenly shot open, and thick clouds of smoke billowed out, followed by several paper balls. Penny attacked the paper balls without a moment's hesitation and promptly threw them back into the box. Penny then flew around in front of Daniel and rushed right back into the box. As the box closed, the earthquake stopped. Facing a friend's farewell without a formal goodbye, Daniel felt confused and lost. He moved the box to the center of the attic. Facing it, he practiced his penny whistle, day in and day out. As the days went by, Daniel's playing became smoother. One day, the box suddenly began to move.
Huh?
1, 2, 3, 4. This time there were 4 paper dragons. But they weren't alone. Enemies began to jump out of the box too.
Oh, jetzt ist los hier, Alter.
Earthquake! Another earthquake! This time it's reached a magnitude of 5.8!
In that small attic, the 4 paper dragons fought fiercely against the paper balls. This time, the paper balls used new tactics. They clumped together into a single monstrous ball of paper. It began to shoot strong bursts of electric sparks at the paper dragons as they flew through the air. As they were hit, the paper dragons fell from the air, one after the other. Seeing the injured paper dragons, Daniel felt very distressed and anxious. Just then, one of the paper dragons painfully started to fly and gathered the remainder of its power. The paper dragon transformed into a great beam of light and dove straight down to pierce through the monstrous paper ball. And then came another paper dragon. The monstrous paper ball was blasted to bits, exploding into smaller paper balls. Trembling, they struggled to escape back into the box. The sacrificed paper dragons were reduced to swirling shreds of paper,
Oh.
and a silence pervaded. Peace and tranquility were restored once again to the attic. Daniel saw the remaining 2 paper dragons lying on the floor, badly wounded. He rushed to grab some stickers and treated them at once.
Oh, guck mal. Och, ihr Arm. Hey, er lebt wieder. Du auch. Fein.
Suddenly, countless paper dragons began to gush from the
Ey,
box.
das Spiel hat, diese Geschichte hat so Up and Downs, weißt du? Positiv, negativ, positiv, negativ.
Paper dragons were repaired and began to fly. Like 2 colored threads, they merged with the other dragons, flying in unison. The dragons moved like a tide, flying freely through the attic. Daniel eagerly took out his penny whistle. He showed all his paper dragon friends the results of his hard work and practice.
Oh, oh. So. Beide gleichzeitig, Alter. Oh, einen habe ich verpasst. Meine Taste gerade nicht reagieren. Hä? Ups. Oh, es ist voll schön, diese Einlagen. Ich weiß nicht. Auf schöne Musik.
In the sweet melody of his playing, Daniel felt himself enter into the world of dragons. paper dragons merged into a long letter and floated down towards Daniel to tell their story.
After the last war, the fantasy world enjoyed a long spell of peace and stability. But now, the giants have returned. They have launched ferocious attacks, trying to invade your world through the room. We are prepared to launch the final defense. Then we will have to destroy your room, for it is the last remaining entryway into your world. Please believe this farewell will only be temporary. We will not be apart forever, and we will never forget our eternal mission of protecting you.
At that moment, the paper dragons flew back into the box. Daniel still couldn't fully understand what the paper dragons had meant, but he had a vague feeling in his heart that he may never see his new friends again. A few days later, Daniel's chickenpox had fully recovered. He could now play the penny whistle very, very well. But the paper dragons never returned. Maybe it was time to leave and move on.
Earthquake warning! Magnitude 6.2! A massive earthquake is hitting our town! All townspeople, please leave your houses immediately and move to safe open spaces!
Just then, countless paper dragons shot from the cardboard box. However, it seemed like they were under attack, spinning and falling through the air in confusion.
What's happening?
Daniel quickly grabbed the stickers out from his bag and did his best to heal the injured paper dragons.
Ach so. Einer nach dem anderen, ihr seid alle dran. Boah, Alter, wie viele seid ihr? Oh.
But the paper balls swarmed together and pushed Daniel away, subduing him firmly in the corner. He couldn't move. Suddenly, ominous clouds rose from the box, and a violent lightning flashed through the room. The figure of a giant slowly emerged from the thick clouds, and the entire attic became overwhelmed with its evil aura.
The earthquake is growing stronger, now with a magnitude of 7.1! Heaven almighty, are we doomed?
The giant unleashed its power maniacally. The paper dragons struggled against it, with no means of fighting back. At this critical moment, two paper dragons shined brilliantly.
Pokémon!
Together, they heroically crashed their bodies into the giant. Daniel thought the giant had been defeated by the paper dragons, but soon he found that things would probably not be so simple. The giant's figure could still be seen in the thick smoke, looking evil and terrible. The attacks of the paper dragons had had no effect, and the giant had only grown stronger. It fought back with a new ferocity. The paper dragons were simply no match for it.
The earthquake is going stronger still! The greatest disaster this town has seen in over 100 years! My heavens! Will this nightmare ever end?
Hauptsache das Radio geht noch, ist natürlich klar, ne? Bei so einem Erdbeben.
With the paper dragons now all but defeated, Daniel spotted a frail figure in the distance. It was Penny. It flew gently in front of Daniel and affectionately rubbed its head against his fingers, as if this whole crisis had never happened. Daniel felt like Penny was trying to tell him something, but he didn't quite understand what. Penny then left Daniel and soared into the air with a determination in its wings. Suddenly, the other paper dragons seemed to be summoned. They flew through the air, all together in unison, responding to the call without an ounce of hesitation. At that moment, Penny turned into a great red beam and rushed fast towards the giant. The other dragons followed, shining together like a shooting star. At that moment, Daniel seemed to see a real dragon flying.
No!
A huge explosion from the impact drowned out everything else in the attic. The attic rained down with countless pieces of paper, the leftover scraps of the paper dragons. Daniel wanted to collect all of the pieces. He thought he could still fix them.
Komm, Spiel, mach jetzt bitte wieder einen Happy End draus, ja? Bitte. Ich möchte meinen Flöti wieder haben. Ich habe eine Bindung aufgebaut zu ihm. Hab ich alle? Habe ich alle? Hallo? Wo liegt denn noch einer? Ah, hier. Da. Da noch einer. Oh Gott, ein Puzzle.
Goodbye, my friend.
Oh. Mann, Spiel. Bewegende Geschichte, Errungenschaft. Ja, das stimmt.
The earthquake has stopped. With God's mercy, our town is safe.
Kann denn der Radio noch funktionieren, Mann, bei so einem absolut krassen Erdbeben? Erzähl mir noch nicht. Trauer jetzt eher gerade um Flöti. Mann, Spiel.
A few days
Ah, die
later,
Vorstellung.
the art festival was held as scheduled. Daniel attended the show with his penny whistle.
And now, Daniel Trevor will perform a penny whistle solo of a song titled Fly With Me.
Oh, was muss ich machen? Oh. Bin vorbereitet, glaube ich. Spiel, keine Ablenkung. Rhythmusmeister, Errungenschaft. Ich weiß nicht, ob ihr die Errungenschaften seht, ich glaube nicht, deswegen sage ich es einfach mal. Das Spiel ist ein Meisterwerk. Kann ich nicht anders sagen. Das ist wunderschön. Also nur Joke. Das hat mit Sicherheit auch was mit der Story zu tun. Auch wenn es jetzt gerade so No-Sense-mäßig
That's how the
rüberkommt.
story ends. Now, you might be wondering, what happened next? Are there still paper dragons in the world? Well, that's a difficult question to answer. But I believe that they are still protecting us somewhere
Da,
in
sag ich
this
doch.
world.
Da ist die
Just
Kiste.
like they promised they would. Forever. Into eternity.
War mir irgendwie schon klar, dass es die ganze Zeit eine SCP beschreibt. Wir haben es, glaube ich, auch vorhin vorgelesen, irgendwas mit einer Kiste. Das war eine super Vorlesung. Also auch mal der ganz anderen Art. Ist ja krass, ey. Meine Güte. Die war wirklich schön, die Geschichte. Also fand ich echt eine super Abwechslung. Also das Spiel hat super viel Abwechslung bis jetzt gehabt. 1762 ist das, ja, haben wir vorhin vorgelesen, aber es war so viel, dass ich es jetzt natürlich nicht mehr zuordnen konnte, so genau, gleich. Oh. Langsam geht's bei uns irgendwie los, ja? Das ist typische Neuling-Syndrom. Finde ich cool, dass wir so eine Art Tagebuch schreiben. Schade, dass wir das nicht selber machen. Ich würde gerne auch mal selber ein bisschen in der Base rumlaufen, so. Dass das halt leider nur ein Schwarzbild gemacht ist. Aber gut. Ist trotzdem sehr geil bis jetzt, das Spiel. Also es flasht mich wirklich die ganze Zeit. Dateien. Was ist denn jetzt mit den Viechern, die wir vorher hatten? Weil das war ja jetzt kein richtiger Auftrag, den wir jetzt hatten. Das war ja jetzt halt, wie gesagt, eine Vorlesung. Ich glaube, dass jetzt wahrscheinlich dann der nächste Dings kommt, ne? Ich würde allerdings trotzdem sagen, dass wir das dann in der nächsten Folge machen, dass wir da dann irgendwie anfangen, das hier alles durchzulesen wieder. Und dann wird das wahrscheinlich unser nächster Auftrag sein. Viktorianisch in Englands, Yorkshire, England, Standort 83. Standard 83 hatten wir ja auch irgendwo hier, ich kann leider nicht zurückswitchen. 2 bis 8. Okay, gut. Ihr habt euch das wahrscheinlich schon durchgelesen, aber egal. Wir machen damit in der nächsten Folge weiter. Ich lese dann natürlich trotzdem nochmal vor, damit ihr euch hier immer schön zurücklehnen könnt und genießen könnt. In diesem spannenden, wirklich, also das ist halt wirklich extrem auch interessant und spannend, weißt du, weil ich meine, SCP kennt man zwar, kennt eigentlich fast jeder vom Hören, aber man hat sich natürlich noch nie so wirklich mit den einzelnen kleineren anderen SCP-Sorten, man kennt nur diese Statue, ne, 173, man kennt den alten Mann, man kennt den schüchternen Mann, so man weiß ungefähr, was die machen. Aber auch dort weiß man selten so wirklich den Hintergrund, wo die gefunden wurden, warum die so sind, wie sie sind, wie man sie eindämmen kann, etc. Und das ist ja hier alles, das wird ja hier alles extrem erklärt, ne? Also das finde ich halt, macht das Spiel super interessant und da ist bestimmt sehr viel Recherche, Alter, kann ich das Wort bitte richtig aussprechen? Recherche? Ich bin einfach lost. Recherche notwendig gewesen, so. Denn, ja, da musst du ja das halbe Wiki durchgelesen haben zu dem Vieh und das ist, glaube ich, auch sogar auf Englisch. Also, da ist bestimmt schon ordentlich Arbeit nötig gewesen. Krass, Respekt. Also, bis jetzt ist das Spiel echt heftig. Also, die Abwechslung, ne, es war ja jetzt wirklich gerade ein super schönes Märchen, so, wo man nicht so viel machen musste und total happy. Also, man hätte vergessen können, dass man im Horrorspiel ist. Krass. Sehen wir uns in der nächsten Folge wieder. Bei unserem, denke ich mal, dann wirklich nächsten Auftrag. Das war jetzt wieder eher nur so ein Nebending wie jetzt das mit der Wüste. Das war ja auch eher so eine Vorlesung in Anführungsstrichen. Oder das Einarbeitungsprogramm. Also ja, sehen wir uns in der nächsten Folge auf jeden Fall. Bis dann, oder rein und bye bye.